If you screenshot something, Yik Yak says, "Mighty fine looking screenshot you got there."
And weird. Boy, they sure do.
Weird.
Did you know that Yik Yak has some awesome share cards? Tap on share for a Yik Yak detail screen. Check it out.
Hey, Yik Yak, fuck off for 10 minutes.
Good. I'm glad we could finally put Yik Yak on a blast on this podcast.
Welcome to Bracket, the only show where we take a bunch of shit, face it off against another bunch of shit to see what the best shit really is. I'm your host, Cullen Jennings, and joining me today is John Abbott.
Hey, I'm John. I got up. I got on the floor. I'm a dinosaur. I'm sitting on the floor right now. I'm podcasting from the floor.
Hey, don't forget about Jesse Knowles.
Hey, I'm Jesse, and I walked like an Egyptian over to my mic.
Holy crap! I didn't think you were gonna be able to follow me up on that, Jesse. I'm so happy. Oh.
And Emmy-nominated creator of all the songs in the early 90s, Greg L. Mercer.
Hi, do the hustle. I got nothing. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I didn't know we had a thing.
I didn't know we had a thing either. Holy crap.
Yeah, Jesse really brought it out there.
And special friend of the show, Fin Hickey.
Hello. If you want to be my cat, you gotta shit on the floor.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
That's poetry.
Guys, this week we're going to get into some weird stuff. We're going to do the 16 best missing hand characters. So follow me close here.
Everyone on the list missing at least one hand.
At least a hand.
Yeah. So in round one in Group A, we have Edward Elric versus Captain Hook. In Group B, we have Revolver Ocelot versus Bucky Barnes. And in Group C, we have Ming Hua, or it's Hua?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Versus Ash Williams. And Group D, we have Dr. Kirk Connors versus Aquaman. And Group E, we have Roy Munson versus Finn the Human. And Group F, we have Billy Quizboy versus Barrett Wallace. And Group G, we have Imperator Furiosa versus Buster Bluth. And Group H, we have Luke Skywalker versus Jaime Lannister. So, right away, Group A, in round one, Edward Elric versus Captain Hook. Who cares to take a stab at that?
What a matchup.
Basically the same character.
Both have good senses of style. They both dress real sharp.
They love them red jackets.
Both have been animated.
Uh-huh.
Both often in animated form have luxurious hair.
Yes. Yeah.
Both are animated, but also exist in real life.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Both played by Hugh Jackman.
Well, okay, Jesus. Here's the thing. Captain Hook, straight up by the book, missing a hand. Edward Elric, whole arm off. I don't know if that's a point for or against anybody, but I'm just saying it's best missing hand.
I think, to be fair, though, he lost his hand trying to, bring back his mother.
Whereas Captain Hook, it got eaten by an alligator?
Got eaten by an alligator.
Is that right?
I mean, they both were clearly fucking around.
That's
true.
Both
That's
up to something they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Both suffer for the lessons that they learn.
Who's got a better, what I'm gonna call best friend? Is it Shmi or is it Alphonse Elric?
Alphonse looks a lot cooler.
I'm just laughing at the idea
cool.
of Shmi being trapped in a suit of armor.
I'm going to come in fast. I'm an Edward Elric boat here.
Really? I would have pegged you for a Captain Hook.
I would have thought so too.
I like Captain Hook. I get the appeal. I totally am into it.
I think
but there's something about Edward.
Like a good Captain Hook, Cullen. I think you could if you wanted to cosplay Captain Hook, I think you could nail it.
I think that's a really boring cosplay, and
whereas Cullen repeatedly has cosplayed.
Have you not? Elric. Yeah, have you seen my Edward Elric stuff? Like it's out of control. I still, you brought up Sidekick, and Alphonse is way cooler.
Yeah, you want a brother who's like a big suit.
Absolutely. They go through so much. Captain Hook, we don't really know how much shit he's really gone through.
I don't think that's true. I think
we do not know. We know for a fact that Captain Hook's story is not as long and wild as Edward's is.
I guess that's true.
So I'm an Edward.
Sorry, anything involving like Captain Hook's backstory treads into like having Captain Hook headcanons.
Right.
I don't know that that's territory anyone wants to go into.
Well, I guess I'll just put my fan
Well,
fiction.
wait,
back
that
then.
new movie coming out is about Captain Hook, right? Like,
I think it's like, yeah, I think so, but I don't. They're not doing anything with that movie, so I don't. know
I bet that movie's gonna be fun. Like,
I think
fun
it's going to
stuff.
be great, but man, they are not trying to do anything with it.
Yeah, they are.
so.
They are definitely not advertising that movie like you'd think they would.
So
you know-
here's something we usually do when we're matching up characters in a bracket. Which of these two would you rather hang out with? Immediate instinct, it's probably Edward Elric, but he has a really bad temper. He's like constantly like, I'm not short. Like that's his whole thing.
That is why I want to take him to the bar with me.
You think so? You want to see him getting a spat?
Absolutely. Well,
I
because
want to
think
hang out with
about, think
Edward so
about
I
how
can beat him up.
Exactly.
True. I just think that going anywhere with him would be like, oh, this hothead over here, and then while he's doing all that shit, I can drink at the bar, and or I can get into a cool ass rumble, and all of a sudden metal is everywhere. So,
Okay, but here's the thing,
Captain
Captain Hook,
Hook-
he's a sailor, he's got all these stories, he's got
Yeah.
a whole crew.
Captain Hook
you
probably
telling
has
me the
friends.
Elric brothers
everywhere.
don't have stories?
I'm just saying.
They're going to be dark. They're going to be brooding about it.
Not all the time.
Captain Hook probably has friends literally anywhere you go. I'm a
I
Captain
don't
Hook.
know, do people actually like him? Like, in his universe?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Nobody likes Captain Hook. I don't know why you guys are like trying
His,
to like.
I think his
understand
crew
that he's
like respects him. and
It's
stuff.
his
That-
crew.
that
It's a
alligator
pirate
is wild
crew. They
for
have
him.
to. Pirate crew has to respect him, or they die. He makes
They
them
could
walk
mutiny.
away. Sure, but they won't. He's got a hook for a hand.
See, that's the thing. I really don't know where I'm gonna vote on these two. I'm leaning Captain Hook though, just because to me, I just am focused on the fact that it's a hook for a hand instead of a full arm replacement, and I just like any story you can end with a hook or incorporate a hook into it. I'm about. So
It's
To
'cause
be
it's
honest,
not-
I'm leaning Edward Elric, but that's a really strong argument, John.
Yeah. I totally understand. One of these is really cool. How he got lost his leg.
okay, it seems like we're conflicted. I'm gonna bring back a voting criteria from was it maybe best? No, from DC villains. Which of these would you rather kiss?
Oh, Edward Elric.
Edward Elric. Edward Elric.
Yeah, I'm an Edward Elric. though.
How old is Edward Elric? Is that?
Old enough to
Does
be
it matter?
cast?
Yeah, you
I don't actually. You know what? He might be like 17, 16.
I think he's like 15 at
Oh,
the
boy.
start, maybe.
yeah, I think at the start of it. Yeah.
But by the
I feel
end,
Yeah, it says 15 to 16 at the beginning of the series, 18 by the movie and the end of the series.
Okay, we're good.
so, you know.
We're good. I waited till the end.
I'll
I'm
wait
a
for you,
Captain Hook
Edward.
vote, but maybe I don't know. Someone could sway me, I guess. If
I'm a Captain Hook vote as well.
That red coat is way more bomb on Edward Elric.
So, Finn, it is down to you.
It's also way bigger on him than it needs to be.
I'm Edward Elric all the way because
whoa,
Wow.
I want to hang out with him so that I can stuff him in a locker and leave him there over the summer.
There you go. See? Edward Elric knocks out Captain Hook 3-2. We got Revolver Ocelot versus Bucky Barnes.
These two kind of are the same guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ocelot's probably like made a lot after Bucky,
so
right?
yeah. Well, so both of these characters don't get interesting until they lose their.
This is true.
That's
Yes.
a good way to put it, yeah.
And so I want to just put it out there. I'm a Revolver Ocelot vote because when he gets he gets his hand cut off, but he replaces the whole arm. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah,
Right?
he got his forearm cut off, and he replaces his forearm.
So
It's
he
pretty-
replaces his forearm with another person's arm, and then for an entire game, you think that because of the arm, the other person's consciousness is taking over. He's from Metal Gear Solid. If people don't know,
Thank you.
Right, yeah. We
Yeah,
should-
going on a tangent
Uh,
before.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff with Revolver Ocelot.
And I don't think we need to get into all the details because it's too
Yeah.
dumb. But and that's nothing against Bucky Barnes, but I'm an Ocelot.
I'll
vote.
defend Bucky. So in comics, for about 70 years, there were 3 people that you killed and never ever brought back, and it's Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, and Bucky Barnes. And then they brought back Bucky, and it was amazing. And they also brought back Gwen Stacy, and it was amazing. So maybe we'll get an Uncle Ben comic soon. Who knows? But
Spider Ben,
Spider Ben,
Uncle
Spider
Spider.
Pop.
Spider Gwen, and Spider Ben.
there we go.
But
I'm into
Bucky, so they killed him at the end of World War II because they didn't really need Captain America anymore.
That's what ended World War II, actually.
Exactly. They said, well, if he's he's dead. We don't need to fight anymore. But it turns out he didn't die, and his body was recovered by the Russians, and they brainwashed him into being this Soviet assassin hitman who they kept on ice, like, for years and years. And then in 2005, they sent him to assassinate Captain America, and he kind of does, and then he becomes unbrainwashed because of Cosmic Cube bullshit.
Okay.
But
Trust me, it's good.
here's the thing: he's also in the movies, and he's really cute.
He is
So,
super cute in the movies.
Okay, well,
Ocelot has the world's goofiest and biggest crush on Big Boss. So
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna bring all that stuff, I mean, Ocelot takes over all guns on planet Earth,
that's true.
and can make them shoot by pointing his finger like a gun
You
and saying,
Sounds
we're
like
not
Obama.
Yeah, just like Obama. I'm sorry. Bucky Barnes' arm looks really cool.
It
sure
does look cool. That's true.
He
Revolver
has a
Ocelot
fake
is-
metal like bicep and deltoid going.
Right,
Yeah,
It's
they totally
just
make
silly.
it look like just a beefy muscle guy.
Right.
Yeah,
They say, like, I want to know if that was his demand or if did he wake up and have like a prototype arm and was like, could you make it look beefier? or even, what I think is even better is if the person who designed it was like, no, this needs to look like this man can like beat up somebody.
See, that's my guess, is because they were making the arm around the time that Rocky came out. And so, like, this Dolph guy, I feel good. Give him one of those.
You know, Bucky probably feels a lot of pressure to constantly be in shape
Well,
because
that's the thing. Yeah, he has to work out
That's
what
true.
his flesh arm to match his robot
He has
arm.
to have that level
No,
of definition.
He was brainwashed forever. That arm is permanently worked out. That thing is jacked all the time. Like, I think he goes through a routine every day. I don't. You have to worry about that. I don't think he's working to that.
I'm just afraid for Bucky because 20 years down the line, you know, he's gonna get real comfortable with the job that he has, and then everything's gonna fill out, and then his arm's gonna be a little off balance. That's
No,
all.
it did.
With
It did.
models.
Well,
Exactly.
His job was to kill people for like 60 years, and he did pretty good at that.
Just
so-
a heads up, I think what he's doing now is he actually occupies a position in the Marvel Universe known as the Man on the Wall. And what he does is he is on like call 24/7 that if something from space tries to attack Earth, no matter how big or how multitudinous or how powerful it is
He will
Bucky
punch it.
Barnes' job to kill it. So I'm a Bucky vote.
I am a Bucky vote.
Oh no!
I know that the okay.
Come on, Jesse, just say what you're voting for and join my side. Just
I'm Revolver Ocelot. It's an obvious vote for me. I know it's an obvious vote in general because of the revere people have for Metal Gear
Maybe-
characters.
here's the
and
They
thing,
should
though,
make
but-
another one of those.
Here's the thing, yeah. So at the time of recording,
won't.
the next Metal Gear Solid game is coming out like tonight, and between now and the episode going up, we could find out something stupid like the reveal that Ocelot never lost his
he
arm.
was made
It
of
was all
hot
a big-
dogs the whole time.
Yeah,
Shit
like
that happens in comics all
There
the
were-
time.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true. Yeah.
Issue to issue.
The thing is, Bucky, he had an arm. He lost it. He's never getting that thing back.
That's true.
never say never. They could.
Bucky
They could. I
places
bet,
his
here's the
arm
thing,
with
they
Captain
totally have the
America.
technology to do that. They could take him to
But then he's just a dude.
Hold on. Are you proposing a storyline where they get a time machine and go back to the original Bucky, cut his arm off?
No. I
Put
was
it
gonna
on
say they
current
grow
Bucky.
him a new arm. Like
That's not the same arm, though. If you want the same arm, you got to go back, cut off young
travel.
Bucky's arm.
A similar arm.
There,
Yeah.
that's good enough.
What's
so Finn,
fucking
it's
me
down
up
to
about
you.
Bucky right now is I Google image searched him to look at the beefy robot arm, and when he's looking like shit, the actor in the movie, he kind of looks a little bit like a young Tommy Wiseau to me.
Yeah.
I see that.
that's the thing is that a lot of my friends, Cullen included, talk about how cute Bucky Barnes is. I don't see it, frankly, but
I
Wait,
would do.
Are you saying that
awful
we could cut
things
off
to
Tommy
him.
Wiseau's arm and put it on Bucky?
Probably.
His face.
Yeah, sure. his
He's
face,
already
arm.
swapped his face.
Perfect.
Man,
He's
I-
Nick
I'll
Cage.
go back for
at
more.
that.
Wait, if we do that, does that mean Tommy Wiseau's personality will take over Bucky Barnes?
yes, yes.
It's already happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's down to Finn.
Yeah,
Shit.
2-2.
I don't know if the Tommy Wiseau thing is for or against him. Fuck. I'm gonna go with Ocelot, honestly,
Oh,
because objectively, it's stupider there.
it's
That's
definitely
true.
dumber.
Stupid. All
Like
right.
Bucky, I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you, kind of, but you look weird, and Ocelot's like, yeah, you look weird.
I mean, you can care about Bucky. Ocelot almost 100% of the time when he is on screen, you're like, all right, give me something stupid. Let's do it.
All right. Well, Revolver Ocelot knocks out Bucky Barnes 3-2. We got Ming Hua versus Ash Williams from Army of Darkness and Evil Dead.
I don't think I have anything to say about either of these because I'm not familiar with either of these subject matters.
Did you not finish Korra?
I haven't finished Avatar.
Oh, Jesse.
Oh,
Jesse. We're gonna. I'm sorry.
It's a shame.
We need to disconnect the Skype call right now, and Jesse needs to.
I know.
So Ming, she is from what, the last season?
the last season.
Third or
Third.
fourth, I think.
Third
Third.
season.
Is
She's
it?
third
Oh.
season of Korra, and she's part of this band of villains of these these benders who were all like stopped and locked up. And she's missing both arms, but she's like constantly water bending like appendages in place of her arms.
And they're cool, like tentacle water
Right.
things.
Yeah, they're not normally like always arms. They're like wiggly stuff. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they actually take the form of like an arm necessarily.
Yeah.
If they have
Yeah.
form, it's worms.
Yes.
Whereas
Yeah.
Ash lost an arm.
Well, he
I don't
lost
know
his
much of the
hand.
story. Yeah.
So Ash's hand got possessed by the Candarian demons,
Mhm.
Okay.
and he stopped it from spreading from his hand by cutting his own hand off. So while fighting so the hand became alive and took off and tried to kill him several times. But
And that's the Addams Family.
well,
Yeah.
so while the hand was gone, he ended up having to fight other demons, and he had his boomstick, but he needed something extra. So he went out to the tool shed. He crafted himself a chainsaw to put where his nub is now, and then he went on a Candarian demon killing spree. And since then, his character is like constantly had this chainsaw hand replaced, and it appeared it appeared both of the first movies, or in Evil Dead and then Evil Dead 2, and then came back in Army of Darkness, and is in the new series as well. So
That old
I-
chestnut.
Ming's so damn cool. But she's right, because she has tentacle arms of water. Why would you have regular human hands ever if you could make tentacle arms?
If you're saying if you live in that universe, it just makes sense to bend arms.
Just fuck hands. Like hands are
I'll be honest, like immediately Ming sounds cooler to me.
Well,
we don't really know.
she's
There's
kind of
a strength to the fact that I think that we don't know really her entire backstory. Like, it's not important like how she lost. I can't remember. I want to say the creator said something at one point. They made a comment about whether or not she was born without arms or if she lost them, and I cannot remember what they said. But I know it's not explicitly stated in the series or anything. And remind me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I saw the third season. Is she the character that is in like a romantic relationship with like the main leader of that? Of
No,
those, like,
that's
group?
the lady with the like third eye sniper
Okay.
bullet thing.
Okay.
Doesn't she just like sit in the back and be like, ugh, this romantic relationship?
Yeah. That's yes.
Yeah.
There's a really funny line
Same.
where Bolin is like, "Am I picking up some kind of romantic thing between you two?" Because they kidnap Bolin and he's just goofing on him the whole time.
I gotta be an Ash vote here. Evil Dead was like one of my favorite movies of all time, and as silly as it is, I mean, that movie's made for nothing and became a cult classic, and that character became just perfection to me. And the fact that they're making a new show with that character, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious. Groovy, baby. Ash. It's an Ash vote.
So
It's an Ash vote.
let me explain why I'm an Ash vote. Ash loses an arm, immediately is like, okay, you know what I need to do? Put a chainsaw on this, because that's what I have access to. Ming Hua, no arms, decides, you know what? I can water bend myself some arms. And that's totally as cool, but betrays a lack of vision, because she could easily have 4 water arms or 6 water arms.
But
Why
that's it.
not
That
go
would take
full
a lot
water
of
spider?
concentration. I don't know if you could maintain that for an extended amount of time. Like,
I mean,
I'm
if you
thinking-
concentration to make water fingers and shit. If you can water your own teeth,
there you go.
You can do more arms.
See,
all right,
there we go.
See,
Yeah.
so okay.
If you give waterbend 1 tentacle, you can waterbend 8. That's what I'm saying.
I am a Ming vote for like pure practicality, because way more versatile, way more useful to have water like that you can shape in any way than you can't do anything with a chainsaw hand besides cut.
What else can you
do? Then you're getting all your stuff wet. What if all your stuff isn't waterproof?
That's true. You can't read a
bend
book.
the water out of it.
You can't type on a computer.
You can't read it. Well, you can read a book with your legs.
Just blow out the pages with your mouth.
You can never use your iPhone. Like it's.
They don't. I don't. I mean, that's a moot point at some point because she doesn't live in a world that has that stuff. Like,
yeah, she got books. They got books.
They got movies. They can have touchscreen phones.
That's true.
Movers,
I don't know.
please.
I'm an Ash vote because I like the vision of him chainsawing through a book if he can't read it sufficiently with one hand. He's committed to his lifestyle.
I mean, there is a scene in Army of Darkness where a book attacks him, and
that's a good point. Yeah. He has bad experiences with books. Jesse, where's your vote?
I'm going to be a Minghua vote just because I have no idea which of these two I would actually like more. But I have no experience with Evil Dead, and I have,
I mean, Ash would be more fun to be around.
Well, I mean, it's a good point that neither of them are nice, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think Ash is a bad dude. He just had a lot of shit go down.
A lot of stuff
on a
went
particular
wrong.
night. Yeah,
he definitely has a short temper.
Absolutely, but he might be a really chill dude, except for when your girlfriend gets turned into a Candarian demon and tries to kill all of your friends.
Sure.
Would a chill dude instantly opt for the chainsaw hand?
That's a good point.
I would. Ash knocks out Minghua 3-2.
I just love every time Cullen gets to say Candarian Demon. I just
trust me, that's one of my favorite. I never get to talk about it. So, Dr. Kirk Connors versus Aquaman.
Some more comic book characters. Yeah. Aquaman.
Aquaman is a silly ass character. He loses the certain version that we're using here is the one obviously with the spear hand. Sometimes it's a hook. Sometimes it's very.
Where did that originate? Was that like did that version originate in comics? Because the first time I saw that version was that Justice League cartoon that they had running for.
So it wasn't Justice League cartoon, but it originated in the I think it was like 93. It was like early 90s.
Yeah, it was a very 90s comics kind of thing.
We're gonna give Aquaman a beard, long hair, and a hook hand.
Yeah, he had to save his brother and basically lost his hand in the whole thing. And I think his brother still died. I thought
it was his son that,
or maybe it was. I can't. It was somebody. It was somebody who was related to. But I think they died either way. And he lost his hand because saving people, whatever.
Sure,
Well, Dr. Kirk Connors, however, he never had an arm, right?
Yeah, I think that was.
I think he was born without an arm, and he wanted one.
Right, his genius way to get an arm is to put lizard DNA in his body,
and while it sounds practical, and yes, everyone wants to do it.
The thing is, I would want to go for the lizard DNA route, but not for the results. The results he gets, I think, are what you would want your intended results to be of putting lizard DNA into you.
Well, it's really funny because in the movie he has a conscience about it, and in the movie you see him go, holy crap, I've got an arm again, this is great. Holy shit,
talking about Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes
I don't like the
but I'm just saying
John doesn't like
I'm not talking about the lizard. I'm not talking about the lizard. I'm talking about Dr. Connors. He had a conscience about it. He had he really wanted it to get done, and he got that arm and he was so happy, and then it started all going to shit.
I mean, the same thing happened in Spectacular Spider-Man animated series, which is way better.
But what I'm saying is that in the comics, though, it was completely different. He wanted the arm. He took the shot. The motherfucker turned into a lizard almost exactly. It was a quick boom. I'm a lizard.
Point being, Dr. Kirk Connors gets an arm back. Aquaman doesn't.
No.
Well, yes, he does because they reboot that universe every 20 minutes.
Yeah, they give him a hand back. Yeah. So I'm a Dr. Kirk Connors vote because Amazing Spider-Man, or the Spider-Man animated series, him in that lab coat and then purple pants sold.
I'm a Connors vote too because it's the same logic as the Ash vote, where a guy who's just gonna shoot up some lizard DNA and be like, "Fuck yeah, arm!" That's gonna win it for me.
Yeah.
I don't even think he did proper testing on lab rats or anything. I think he was just well, let's see if this works.
hey, shoot me up with this lizard shit. Yeah.
I'm an Aquaman vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, aside from all the reasons given, Aquaman did more famously star in the worst video game, so I have to.
Was
That's a good point.
Was the thought behind the Aquaman hook/spear thing, was it supposed to be like evoking a pirate thing?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was more of just like a deep sea fisherman kind of feel,
Because they also give him, like I
he
said,
has a net.
well, I was going to say at the same time, they also give him the beard and long hair. To me, the whole thing looked like they were trying to give like a pirate feel.
Oh,
to
I
him.
always thought it was like a deep sea fisherman.
I
was the
think
whole
they
thing.
just try to think, well, how do we make someone who's badass but is around water all the time?
How do we get this dude that's muscly and talks to these shrimp all the time something cool? Like,
so who has not voted?
I haven't. I'm gonna be Kurt Connors. I like the lizard. I like Kurt Connors. I would rather be a lizard than a fish, I think. So
Fair enough. I think that's it then.
all right, we got Dr. Kurt Connors knocking out Aquaman 3-2. Roy Munson versus Finn the Human.
I haven't seen Kingpin, so I'm going to come in as a Finn vote and let Cullen speak about
Cullen,
Kingpin.
please tell us about Roy Munson, because I think people need to know about Roy Munson.
Yes,
Okay,
they do.
okay,
And I'm with
so-
Cullen on so.
Okay. So there's a movie by the Farrelly brothers called Kingpin, in which an ex-bowler who is played by Woody Harrelson, who is Roy Munson, ends up getting kind of like scammed out of his future bowling prospects by his rival, who is Bill Murray, which is fucking hilarious in every way. And
Sure.
so to get back at him way down the road, he meets an Amish fellow and ends up turning out that the Amish fellow is incredibly good at bowling, but the Amish aren't allowed to bowl. Also, in the mix-up between Roy Munson and Bill Murray's character, he gets him hemmed up for some money that the dude owes, and they crush and take off his hand. They crush his hand, so he can't use his hand anymore. So he loses his entire hand, and it's
He
pretty
becomes
awful.
real cynical and jaded. The movie like starts out introducing him as like this rising star bowler, and then when he loses his hand, he kind of like becomes kind of an asshole.
Well,
he does.
He becomes like the definition of like drunk, like burnout.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. I mean, he was gonna win. He was in league to win $1 million prize, and then they ruined his hand, and like he can never bowl again. The thing at the end of the movie, though, he beats Bill Murray with his rubber hand and stuck in the ball, and it's pretty great. And Bill Murray's hair, 10 out of 10.
Everyone's
I
hair in that movie is
understand
pretty
that
10 out of 10.
it really sucks that he has to go up against Finn, because I really think that like if people see Kingpin, like watch it, understand that movie is just completely silly. It's just nonsensical. It's out of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird movie to check out. It's watch Kingpin. I'm going to be a Roy Munson vote because I know it's going to be a Finn vote. So
I'm a Roy Munson vote as well, because I don't have a lot to say about Adventure Time. And
Yeah, we know about your sins, Jesse.
I know. Not that I have anything against it. I just, I watched Kingpin when I was much younger. I have fond memories of watching it with my dad. So
Randy Quaid was the Amish guy, by the
Yes.
way.
I will be a Finn vote. I should be a surprise. I don't know. I vote for a lot of Adventure Time stuff whenever it comes up on this show. And I don't know. Actually, I might retract my vote and ask you to come back, because the thing about Finn is that he only temporarily loses.
Yeah, he gets his hand right back.
Well, I mean,
it was only a couple episodes.
It's only a
like-
few episodes that he's missing that hand.
okay, but like him missing a hand is a pretty distinct thing about the character, because anytime there's like a different version of Finn, if it's a parallel universe or like flash forward or something, he's missing the hand.
Sure, and there is still some unresolved payoff, because he did get that. I actually haven't seen the finale of the most recent season, so I don't know if it's come up yet. But when he did get his hand back, a thorn basically was kind of in the middle of his palm, and that still, as far as I know, hasn't been addressed. Just
come back to John.
I'll break the tie if I have to. I need to think about it.
Finn?
See, I want to say Finn on principles because Finn, but
Right.
And I get
I
why
don't
he
get
would
it.
get his hand back, because, like, as cool as it was for him to lose it, and as awesome as that was to watch and experience feelings over, he just gets it right fucking back.
Yeah.
But also, I haven't seen Kingpin, but now I kind of want to see Kingpin.
I mean, you're not. Look, Kingpin isn't the greatest movie. It's
I don't care about
it's a
these.
Kingpin
real-
is made in '94, and it is exactly a what it is of its generation.
Oh yeah, it's a stupid comedy, but it's
Oh, I
it's
don't know.
kind
But
of
here's the
fun.
thing, I love stupid shit.
To me,
Okay,
it
then
feels
you should watch it.
a little different from a lot of like '90s comedies. Like I don't know. I think there's
It was
I-
early. It was
to
it
me
was
it
before a
feels
lot of
to me. The thing is, I think they do a very good job of making Roy Munson especially feel like kind of a real character for what is basically a dumb comedy about bowling. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
he's a shitty guy. He's he's been through some shit because he got swindled by.
and to be honest, Finn gets kind of shitty after he loses his hand.
Everybody, I need votes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Roy Munson vote locked in me.
I kind of want to say Finn just so that we can keep talking about Finn because I like it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go Finn. I'm gonna go Finn the human.
Yeah.
All right, is that Finn? Your locked in Finn vote?
Yes.
All right, that's 3-2.
I was gonna
All
say,
right.
is a Kingpin vote gonna knock out Adventure Time? Like what?
I'm conflicted because I'm sure people who listen to the show will tell you we've already given Adventure Time its due. Like,
Yeah, that's
but-
That doesn't make it not the winner in some cases.
You're
you
not
know?
wrong, but I think Roy should have advanced. So Finn the Human knocks out Roy Munson 3-2. We got Billy Quizboy versus Barrett Wallace.
Basically the same character.
every time I read this, I think it says Brett, and I really want someone.
everybody.
I know. I really want someone to slip up and say Brett Wallace, and like someone needs to go and play Final Fantasy VII and rename Barrett to Brett. Like,
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII on my phone right now, and I named Barrett Cullen.
oh, that's right. Yes.
Aw.
Yeah, all y'all are
so,
gonna be in here.
so Barrett Wallace from Final Fantasy VII has a gun for a hand /
Pretty cool.
he is a single loving father.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
true.
single dad.
Billy
He's a
Quizboy-
revolutionary anarchist group, like eco-terrorist.
Yep.
Billy Quizboy.
Also a single dad.
Quote unquote boy genius, even though he's what, like 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a boy to me, damn it.
His hand was chewed off by a dog in a dog fighting competition.
Spoiler.
I thought he lost it in the Phantom Limb thing.
No. That's the big fake out. They make you think
Oh,
that,
you're right.
Think that he did.
but then you know that it's just because a dog chewed it off.
I shouldn't laugh at that. I'm sorry.
And he gets his hand replaced
Pretty
by
funny.
a branch of the government, by OSI,
Mhm.
and it's got like spying equipment in it. And Billy lives in a trailer with his best friend Pete White.
I'm gonna drop this in here real quick. I'm a Billy Quizboy vote. I love Barrett. I spent a lot of time in Final Fantasy VII World, but I kind of ditched Barrett pretty quick.
Oh, really?
And I like him, but I think that I mean, like when I played Final Fantasy VII for the first time, Greg, it came out on the PlayStation 1, and I think I was 13, 14. So you're telling me that if it wasn't Cloud, Vincent, and Red 13,
Oh, right.
yeah,
I always
like,
forget about Vincent.
Vincent was the coolest Hot Topic dude
Yeah.
ever, and like I was so into Vincent. So while I get it, he totally replaced Barrett for me.
Do
so.
you guys think was Barrett like the first? What if we gave this person a gun for an arm? Like one of the first ones, maybe.
No, because
like,
I mean
Mega
we've
Man
seen
was
it
around,
in
but
games.
Mega Man's a robot. Like,
I feel like that's been happening as long as there have been guns. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
the second a human encounters a gun.
Yeah, I
what
feel
if-
like between Mega Man and Samus and stuff like that, like even
Right,
just
but they
in video games, it's pretty common to have a character because it's
right?
it comes-
But those are all like their suits have like gun arms. Like his arm is a gun.
That's
He's
true.
not,
His bones are fused with metal gun.
he
like-
That's
he
why you
loads
can
that
never
gun
give
by
him a new
swallowing
weapon.
each
Changes-
bullet individually.
He changes his gun arm.
Does
How
he?
does that work? Oh, you can
Yeah,
upgrade
you
for
can
a new
upgrade
gun.
his weapons.
I
the
imagine
whole
there's
thing.
probably a base that's attached to the appendage, and then he just
Okay,
changes the
fair.
equipment on the yeah.
He takes
Guys,
off his bone.
Billy Quizboy is still one of the brightest parts of that show. Okay.
He's great. Just if he would just eat the damn pennies.
I'm gonna side. I came in here thinking I was gonna be Billy, but I'm gonna go Barrett. He's single dad. He got that little girl that he loves.
Oh, because living with your best friends is a bad thing now, I guess.
No, now wait a
Okay.
minute.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go Barrett Wallace as well because
jeez.
like we've given Adventure Time its due, but we've done a Venture Brothers episode. Like
And Billy Quizboy wasn't part of.
yeah,
This
he
is the
was.
third time we have had a Final Fantasy VII character on here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Guess who I'm
It
drawing
is?
Jesse as in the
Oh, yeah.
episode?
God damn it!
Jesse's been drawn as Cloud and Sephiroth so far. So
We're gonna
sooner or
have-
later,
we
you're gonna be the whole
have-
cat. That's
yes, exactly.
So I'm a Barrett vote. John's a Barrett vote.
Cullen's a Barrett vote too.
No, I'm not. I'm a Quizboy vote all the way.
Oh my God!
I knew it.
I'm a little torn. I'm a little torn.
I'm a lot of
Finn,
things.
Finn, what are
This
you
is how I
thinking?
feel. I'm calling mine shade.
I'm still chewing on this one. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't played any Final Fantasy games,
That's
but
fine.
I did scour the wiki when I was in like middle school, and I'm pretty sure that at some point I wanted to kiss Barrett.
Sure.
I don't want to
I
kiss.
still want to kiss him.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I don't want to kiss any
Billy.
with boys.
Uh,
It's a hard one.
Billy's an interesting character. I mean, Cullen, what Cullen said, is absolutely true with my experience of Final Fantasy VII. I didn't have Red 13 in my party. I had Tifa instead. But, Vincent was in my party because I worked so hard to get him. But I don't know. I didn't have any especially strong feelings for Barrett when I played it. But I have a weak spot for Final Fantasy in general. And Billy Quizboy is probably one of my favorite characters in Venture Brothers. God damn.
Yeah.
I think I'm a Billy Quizboy vote.
Okay. It's a tie again.
God damn. Quiz boy, yeah.
Woo!
Oh wow.
Because I know his character.
Wow.
Jesus.
For
If
the
it was
record,
a kissing competition, though, Barrett.
that's a good point.
I really think it's a dangerous road to go down of trying to break brackets by asking who would you rather kiss, because it really it can completely catapult you in the other direction emotionally.
For the record, before we move forward, my team was Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett because I wanted to kiss every one of them.
Okay, yeah. And that's a classic starter team.
Yeah,
I
those are the first three you get. So.
Yeah. Billy Quizboy knocks out Barrett Wallace 3-2. We got Imperator Furiosa versus Buster Bluth.
Okay,
This
which of
is
these two would you kiss?
This is the hardest matchup in the entire episode.
It really is.
I'm a
So-
Furiosa vote. I think.
I see immediately. I imagine Furiosa asking Buster to zip her up.
So Buster Bluth has maybe my favorite running joke in Arrested Development, which is all
thing about
is-
Buster is that
is-
they seed that whole
Yes.
loose steel stuff from the first season. It's
they
insane.
hint at that. They've been hinting at it since the first few episodes. And then it happens, and then they keep joking about it, and so to the point where if you rewatch it, you're laughing at things that you didn't know were there. The amount of thought and it's insane. Arrested Development is insanely dense.
My
that
favorite
sort of
thing is
stuff.
how scared his family is of his hand. But here's the thing about Furiosa is that a lot of these characters, sometimes their identity on this whole bracket isn't shaped until after they lose their hand. But Furiosa, the fact that she's missing an arm is
it's pretty ancillary to her
yeah,
whole
you
thing.
could,
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
almost if it wasn't such an obvious basically big junkyard robot arm, you almost could not even notice that she was missing an arm.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But I don't think that's a point against her. I'm just I think it's
plus-
an interesting thing.
Plus the fact that I have actually seen people writing about Mad Max and how the fact that Furiosa, A, they never bring up how she loses an arm, and B, how they never show it as a hindrance to her whatsoever. It's completely
it's super well done.
her the appendage that she uses is completely natural to her. I've seen people who are actual people who've lost limbs say that movie made them feel better about themselves because of the fact that here's a movie that wasn't showing a character struggling with the fact that they've lost a limb. It's actually they're like, hey, this character's just as strong even though they've lost a limb.
gonna step in here. The actual writers on the comic were gonna explore it.
I don't want to.
We don't
And-
not talk about the comic.
Right. No, that's what was said. So that is a thing. So before anybody gets too carried away,
Sure, yes, but the comic is also like total garbage. So, but
it is canon. So, it is actual straight canon.
Not
so,
in this movie theater.
Guys, sorry. It's got to be Buster Bluth.
Really?
I'm not
That
surprised
character,
by that at all.
see, Furiosa to me though, like I think she's just super badass, and the arm is just like, it doesn't make her to me. If she had
It's a
two regular
cool-
arms, she would still be super badass.
Here's
Like
the thing, though. I
love
think it's
that
one of the coolest looking arms.
It does
Yeah.
look
like
cool.
on here. Like it looks great.
The one arm that it calls back to for me, just personally, is like the T-800 arm from like just Terminator 2 when they just had it in the
Yeah.
case. Like it kind of reminds me of that, and in a really cool way. I don't know. It just I'm weird with functionality and looking at it.
I
And
absolutely
Buster
see-
Bluth makes me just lose my shit. So
I absolutely see what you're saying, Cullen, and you're not wrung. But I'm a Furiosa vote.
no, that's totally
That
cool.
movie
Yeah.
is still like I'm still riding the high of Mad Max, and I've seen it like 3 times. And I mean, like I don't think it's an understatement to say that Furiosa is one of like the like coolest new characters that's been in like mainstream media in a while now. Like,
I have not. I'm completely with John. It is crazy to me that you can take a here's a film franchise that has essentially been more or less like fans still actively love it, but it's more or less been dead for like 20 years, and they brought it back, and not only did they bring it back like and people loved it, but like like the amount of impact that this new Mad Max made is
Talk
is
about
crazy
Furiosa.
to me. I mean, Furiosa's great. Furiosa, like that movie is about Furiosa, just like every Mad Max is about,
Not
Not Max.
not Max. And yeah, I mean, that movie is about Furiosa and what she's doing and the people surrounding her. And it's hard
Now,
not to come
That
away
being
from
said,
to be fair, Buster Bluth did go to Army.
that. That's true. Yes, he did go to Army. No, I'm a Furiosa, but I love Arrested Development, but I'm a Furiosa. Like
Finn,
Mad Max
it's
is my
3-1
favorite movie.
in favor of Imperator Furiosa right now.
Yeah, I can't vote against Furiosa.
There it is.
Furiosa
sorry,
knocks
Buster.
out Buster Bluth 4-1. Ooh-wee. Luke Skywalker versus Jamie Lannister.
I feel bad. We should have put Buster Bluth somewhere else. He needed to go further.
Well, to be fair, this seems like something that would happen to Buster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
John,
yeah.
it's okay.
You're
going
not
to-
wrong.
John, it's okay. He's going to be all right.
I'm a Luke vote just because I haven't seen
Oh.
much Game of Thrones.
Wow. See, here's the thing. I think it's interesting these two are up together because between Luke Skywalker and Jamie Lannister, like Jamie Lannister to me kind of feels like a better Luke Skywalker in every way.
You're not
Like-
wrong.
Like, so both of these characters are swordsmen. Both of them get their hand cut off. But like the next time we see Luke Skywalker after his hand is cut off, he's like back on top immediately. He's better than he's ever been before.
I
But we don't
got
get
a
to
metal hand.
like
Yeah,
we
a
don't get to
robot
see
did it.
how it affects him at all. Jamie Lannister is like a character you hate. He gets his hand cut off and he becomes the most like sympathetic, I love you, everything's gonna be okay puppy dog in the whole show. Like,
His sword fighting hand was chopped off.
and he's known as like one of the best sword fighters
He's the Kingslayer.
ever. So like his
He
whole
saved the
identity
world with
gets
one-
like
Okay,
with-
here's the thing I know about the guy because I watched the pilot of Game of Thrones. He pushes a kid out a window. Like,
Yes,
but he was
and-
having sex
the
with his
character-
sister too, Greg.
okay, good
So,
point.
like,
You're right.
the character is, and at least in most people's eyes, maybe not
Wait a
necessarily.
minute. You're saying, hang on, Jamie Lannister.
Okay, but Luke Skywalker kissed his sister too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So Jamie Lannister is a Luke Skywalker of Game of Thrones, is what you're telling me.
Sibling kissers here.
All right.
Now, hang
where
on.
are our votes?
So I have not seen like any of Game of Thrones, and I only have like scraps of knowledge of what it is. The Luke Skywalker losing his hand gave me nightmares as a kid, and I didn't watch Empire Strikes Back for like 20 years after that. I only watched I only watched episodes 4 and 6. I never watched 5.
You
Luke
skipped
losing
it.
his hand has no penalty. He had no penalty for losing.
But his hand, I was a scared little kid when I was young, and I watched Lion King once and never watched it again because Mufasa dies.
Because
I
Mufasa
couldn't
gets
watch.
his hand
I
cut.
couldn't watch Flubber because the robot got killed.
I was sad the robot died in Flubber.
It
That's
was real sad. It hurt me. But
just
I
they
had.
built the robot. I don't know if you watched the end of the movie,
Yeah,
but
but it was like her daughter. Whatever.
Sure.
I mean, I have to be a Luke Skywalker vote because I know everyone in the world is a Star Wars fan, but I was a big Star Wars fan as a kid.
I'm gonna come in pretty early as a Jamie vote, just because I don't know that much about Star Wars, which is internet shame, but the truth. And I guess I just don't mind when people who are already banging their sibling are villainous about pushing kids out windows too.
sure.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out at least 3 votes in this matchup are because people didn't know the other one very well.
And I'm a Jamie Lannister vote. Him losing that hand was a straight up penalty. I love you, Luke, but you took no penalty in that, and you just got a cool ass hand. That's all it was. It didn't help. It didn't hurt. There
There it is. Moving on.
In the
Jamie
longest round one of the entire show. If ever.
Yeah, we are way over time right now.
Jamie Lannister knocks out Luke Skywalker 3-2. Edward Elric versus Revolver Ocelot. Ash versus Dr. Kirk Connors. Finn versus the human. Finn the human versus Billy Quizboy. And Furiosa versus Jamie Lannister. So Edward Elric versus Ocelot.
Ed.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ed too.
Like,
Oh boy, that's fine.
Revolver has no chance because he could just turn his arm into some shit.
His arm doesn't turn into shit.
No.
Well, he can alchemize it into whatever he wants,
Yeah,
right?
he can alchemize his arm. Yeah.
I see. what
Yeah,
you're saying.
sorry, Ocelot.
It's
says
true.
no
Edward
chance.
does have like a blade in that arm. Like,
Revolver Ocelot kisses Solid Snake.
does he?
That's true.
Yeah, he does. He kisses him right on the cheek.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant a kiss.
That's in my dreams at night.
A kiss like Gene Simmons?
Boy. Okay, well I'll go Ocelot, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with old Ed taking it.
2-1 right now.
I'm okay with that too.
Oh wait,
If I could grow a ponytail like that,
I'm an Ed vote, easy.
There it is.
Finn's an Ed vote. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm an Ocelot vote as well.
all right, Edward Elric knocks out Revolver Ocelot 3-2. We got Ash versus Dr. Kirk Connors.
Ash, come on.
Ash,
Oh
Yeah.
really?
Oh no, I don't know.
I'm a-
come on, guys.
I don't
Candarian
care
Demon.
about Kirk Connors.
I'm a Kurt Connors vote.
I love Kurt, but come on, guys. Kurt's
Okay, hang on. Ash.
Okay.
Ash puts a chainsaw on his arm. Doesn't
Yeah.
he also put a shotgun on his arm?
No.
No,
He's just
he
holding a
has
shot.
a shot.
And that's a
Okay,
boomstick.
okay.
It's boomstick.
It's his
I would
boomstick.
be-
That's right.
I would be a Kurt Connors vote if he had already been regularly shooting up lizard DNA and didn't expect for anything to happen other than getting some kind of eye. But
This shit
he
is
had
good,
an
dog.
intention behind it.
It's like
So
a tree
Ash.
frog thing, and he's like, "This rules." Wait, what's happening?
Yeah, he's chasing the reptile.
Jason the reptile.
Jesse, where's your vote?
I'm an Ash vote.
There it
I'm
is.
not. I don't have anything. I don't have any strong feelings for Kirk Connors, and I want to watch Evil Dead. So
Well, you hurt my feelings. So
I'm sorry.
Well, Ash knocks out Dr. Kirk Connors 4-1. We got Finn the Human versus Billy Quizboy.
I want to see these two hang out.
see, it's an easy Finn for me this time.
See, I don't know because I think Billy would just drive Finn insane.
Oh, I think Finn would drive Billy insane. Are you kidding
Actually,
me?
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. But if it's on Spanakopita, then I'm a Billy Quizboy vote.
I
so.
mean, I think like, sure.
Eat the pennies.
Sure, and I love Billy, but I feel a lot more like it. I don't always feel sympathy for Venture Brothers characters all the time. There are some, but like I don't know. I like Finn to me. Whatever. We've talked about Adventure Time. Everyone knows how much I like Adventure Time. I'm a Finn the Human vote, and I don't have to justify it anymore. God damn it.
I am a Billy Quizboy vote because he's the biggest fan of Rusty Venture.
That's true. He got to meet his childhood hero, and then his childhood hero was a jerk to him.
Finn, where's your vote?
I think I gotta change it up. Billy Quizboy.
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
Oh
Finn.
man, then I'll vote Finn, but Billy moves on.
Wow.
Wow, that's not all right.
Billy Quizboy knocks out Finn the Human 3-2. We got Furiosa versus Jamie Lannister.
Oh
Furiosa.
no, I just want these two to hang out and be friends.
They would. They would fight
exactly
totally.
like Furiosa is basically is a lot like Brianna Tarth. Like
Yeah.
there's
Damn
a
it.
lot of similarities between them. Crap. Oh no.
I'm a Furiosa vote.
Me too.
Oh no.
There is no Jamie Lannister Furiosa fanfiction on the internet.
Really?
Oh, man.
Nothing.
Start
Well, I got work to do.
Okay,
Good
everyone out there listening,
Instead
I'm
of leaving a review on
exactly.
the bracket
Instead of
page,
reviewing the podcast, please write us some Imperial Furiosa and Jamie Lannister.
the
Buddy
filthier the
cop.
better.
I want like a buddy cop thing. So like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like explicit.
exactly.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't be explicit, otherwise it
No,
might get.
I want to see people get banned from using iTunes.
Oh no, I don't know how to vote. I don't.
I need votes.
Furiosa.
Oh, that locks it
I
up.
think that locks it in.
I was gonna go Furiosa too, but I'm gonna
Really?
go Lannister. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I'll-
I'm gonna go Lannister just because.
I'll
Yeah.
throw one to Jamie.
All
Hey,
right.
again, if we're talking about kissing, either one of these are free game for me. Like,
Ooh-wee. Furiosa knocks out Jamie Lannister 3-2. We're into the semifinals now with Edward Elric versus Ash Williams and Billy Quizboy versus the Imperator Furiosa. So, Edward Elric versus Ash.
Ed seems like the kind of guy Ash would have to kill in Evil Dead,
You're
or especially Army of Darkness.
absolutely. He would think that the Philosopher's Stone is something that he needs to get back home. Shit.
you know
I'm
what?
an Ash vote.
I'm an Edward vote.
I'm an Ash vote.
Oh, jeez.
I'm with
I'd rather
Greg on this.
I'd rather have Edward for a roommate.
Yeah, but
But if Candarian Demons show up and then you're
true.
Listen, Candarian demons are only going to get you so far in trying to.
well, no, because he got transported in time, had to fight even more in skeletons. You don't understand how this works, John. It's a never-ending cycle. Your friends, your family, the skeletons of the past, the castles in 1200 AD. That shit never ends for you, ever. It's got a new show coming out. It never ends, ever.
Here's the thing. Both these characters kind of came from a very tragic event, and I think Edward Elric bounced back in a much healthier way than Ash did.
I mean, sure,
His friends and family were turned into Candarian demons.
I mean, if we're talking roommates, I don't think I could actually be around Ash because, no, well, no.
Why
no
are we
joke.
talking
No
roommates all of a
No
sudden?
joke. There's a chainsaw in the room. My anxiety goes through the fucking roof. I can't deal with it. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse. So the one person that's in the room that can protect you from Candarian demons.
No, I gotta stay on his good side. I can't do shit. I can't mess with
That's
his
what I'm
stuff.
saying. Oh, okay.
Jesse, you're an Edward Elric.
To be
vote.
fair, I
I'm an
think
Edward
Edward Elric could probably handle himself against Kandarian demons too.
Finn, it is down
not
to you.
not in the past.
Ed.
Oh,
There it is.
man. Edward
Damn.
Elric makes it to the finals. He almost
I
wasn't
can't
even in the
believe we got
bracket.
Edward Elric into the finals.
Pretty excited about this.
Y'all, we bleeding. We're putting anime in this show
Hey,
now.
you know what? Speaking of, I got a question. Is it too late for us to figure out if Goku ever lost a hand? Can we put him in? Can we squeeze Goku?
I think it's too late to put Goku in.
Edward Elric knocks out Ash versus 3-2. We've got Billy Quizboy versus Period of Furiosa.
Oh no,
Sorry,
Billy don't stand no
That's my shit.
chance.
Sorry, Billy.
Furiosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no
Yeah.
contest.
Is that a
The
sweep? I
first
think that's
sweep
a
of the show.
Yeah. All right. So Furiosa sweeps out Billy Quizboy 5-0. We're into the bronze match. We got Ash versus Billy Quizboy.
Fuck it, I'm going Billy.
I'm going Ash. I gotta go.
Do you
Ash.
know how psyched Billy would be if his hand got replaced by a chainsaw?
But his head would get in the way. Like he couldn't use it
Aw,
properly.
come
like
on.
that. Being serious.
It'd be taller than him.
He would be so excited to show Pete White.
He wouldn't. He'd be excited to show him, but also he'd have to drag that arm around with him everywhere he goes because he can't hold it by his side because it's
Yeah.
just gonna lift him off the ground.
So Jesse, are you an Ash vote?
I'm a Billy Quizboy vote.
You know what? I'll give one to Ash. I'll be an Ash vote.
It's tied up.
Fuck. I kind of want to see them fight or team up.
I kind of want to see
here's the
Billy
thing.
Quizboy in that dirty toilet water.
I don't know if they would fight, but I know that they would get into like huge arguments all the time. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a tussle.
right. Tussle.
I think I gotta vote Ash.
There it is.
All right.
Sorry, Billy.
Ash
Poor
takes,
Billy.
Ash takes
probably
third
used to-
place, knocking out Billy Quizboy 3-2. We got Edward Elric and Imperator Furiosa in the finals.
Okay, I'm going to come out and say Imperator Furiosa is my vote, but if Edward Elric wins, it's really going to piss off that guy who hates animation on the show.
Right. Our one listener who gets angry every time we talk about cartoons, which is a lot.
Bullets can't kill Ed.
Wait, what?
If
He's
anybody
been-
can
he's
kill
been
Edward
shot at.
Elric, it's Imperator
He can't.
Furiosa.
It can't.
Wait, what do you mean
Maybe.
bullets can't kill him?
People shot at Ed all the time if you've watched the show. If you watch any of the show, bullets can't kill him. He can't be killed.
He just dodges
and-
it.
Yeah, exactly. And he can mutate any metal. I'm sorry, Furiosa, but that arm is mangled.
I think you're playing a little fast and loose with the science of Full Metal Alchemist.
He does transmutation on metal.
I'd like to see him touch Imperator Furiosa's arm, to be honest.
Yes,
And I don't think
touch
she
the
needs.
ground.
I don't think she needs that. I don't think she just fights with that arm. In fact, I don't think she
Here's the
usually
thing.
fights
If
with
we
that
really
arm.
want to go down the rabbit hole, we have to ask ourselves what Winry is her name, right?
Yes.
What Winry would think of Furiosa's arm. Like, would she admire the craftsmanship, or would she be like, this is a joke, I can build you
Yeah,
something
she definitely
way
would think it's a joke. Let's be
Yeah?
real. Yeah.
Well, the fact that she made it in a cave with a box of scraps is pretty impressive.
No, that's cool, but Winry's all about perfection, and let's be honest, that arm ain't really there. It's cool as shit.
Okay, but if Winry saw the war rig, she'd shit her pants.
Maybe.
Where are votes? I'm a Furiosa vote.
I think
I'm a
it's great
Furiosa
that
vote.
Edward made it this
Uh-oh.
far, so I'm an Ed vote. Sorry, Furiosa. I gotta go.
It's 2-1, John and Finn. I need votes.
So I think it's an easy Furiosa vote probably. But I keep thinking about like I do think Edward Elric is like a fun guy, and like there's something to be
He's
said.
not
Like
always brooding. Like
not often, I don't think.
He's
even.
yelling more than he broods.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
I think, and I got a soft spot in my heart for like characters who maintain like a good attitude.
and protection of his brother.
Yeah, that's the
At
thing.
all
Like,
times,
if you want to get to me, I don't know what it is because I grew up an only child. I'm an only child, so I don't know why this is. But stories about siblings are guaranteed to make me tear up. Like I don't even like Ninja Turtles that much, but whenever they talk about each other being brothers, I start to choke up. Like
I want more sentences to start with. I don't even like Ninja Turtles that much.
John, I'm with you there. Like for some reason, stories about siblings, and I'm an older child. Like I have step siblings, but
Y'all, I have a brother. He sucks. You don't want a brother.
that's not very nice. What if your brother's listening?
He
Shout out to
probably
Greg's
is.
brother.
Shout out to my little brother. He's fine.
What if your little brother was his soul was attached to armor, Greg?
Then
How
he'd
would
be a lot cooler.
It's fine. I think both of these are incredible. For,
yeah,
for
you know what?
they are.
Edward did good making it this far, but for me, it's a Furiosa vote.
Transmutation. Sorry.
Finn?
Is it tied right now?
I
No,
think
it's
Furiosa
3-1,
is
but-
taken.
Furiosa's
vote.
pretty much won it. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna give Ed a pity vote because I love him, but I'm glad he didn't win. I'm glad I didn't have to make that decision.
All right, Imperator Furiosa knocks out Edward Elric 3-2, taking first place as the best character with a missing hand. Edward Elric takes second place, Ash Williams takes third, and Billy Quizboy is Dirty Toilet Water.
Oh, Billy.
almost every single vote in this entire show was 3-2.
Yeah, we were pretty
Severed
split.
it sweet for Furiosa.
The thing is, there were some tough calls. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that ended up being a lot tougher bracket than I was expecting. Well, thank you, Finn, for coming on. Is there
Yes.
anything you got going on?
Probably gotta clean up more cat poop.
Oh, nice.
It's
Where can
recurring in
fans
my
find
life.
that?
Yeah. Where can people find that online?
Well, I guess I do post a lot of pictures of her, so that's a reason to follow me on Twitter. I am
Right.
Dog Cops, which is the Hawkeye thing, not Dog Cox, as is often heard.
Dog Cops
And-
did have a really good season finale.
I think that's it as far as promotional content for me.
Hey, that works.
I think, like, whatever. I said before we started that my Twitter experience has been made extremely better since that cat has been everywhere on there. Like,
Yep, more people should post their cats.
I wish she had a name that I could stick to. Dirty toilet water. There we go.
Perfect. That's an honor.
All right, guys. Well, you can find us at bracketpodcast.com and on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram as Bracketcast. You can, if you like, you can subscribe to us on iTunes or whatever podcast client you are using. Just search for Bracket.
Hey everybody, Greg here with Patreon update. Just want to let you guys know Bracket's brought to you by Nick Driver, Dane Peterson, Jeff Criswell, Stephen Paul and Taruti, Brandon, Lindsay, Keiko, Zeppa Wolf, Mitch Albright, Will Kusleka, Kayla Smith, Anarchy Marie, GX Barnett, Nick Rainey, and Michael Zavala. Thank you guys so much. I also want to give a shout out to everyone who has been leaving some reviews. We got a really good, giant long screed on why Hank Hill is the best TV dad. We got a review of the 1986 film R.A.D., which is a BMX bike movie. That's really great. And if anybody's interested, there's some super saucy fan fiction starring Jesse. I'm not going to go into that one too much, but it was a fun read. Thanks, Dash McWayne. So go ahead, leave us some weird reviews. We don't care what you rate us. Honestly, every podcast is going to say, thanks for listening. Leave us a review. Subscribe to us on iTunes. It really helps us out. We don't care. We've never seen any evidence of that helping us out. Just go in there and have fun. Okay, back to the show in the Yik Yak of the Week. Bye.
Don't forget to leave us that review of Jamie Lannister and Imperial Furiosa hanging out as buddy cops as a review.
or whatever. I mean, if you want to make it steamy, it's fine.
Yeah. And we have this week's Yik Yak of the Week. All right, and this week we searched Malibu, California. So here we go. Whoever made the milk carton and chicken broth carton look the exact same should have to eat this cereal. Fuck you.
Good
We'll
stuff.
see you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Doing a professional radio show on the internet.